Hello, everyone. Welcome to Innovation Bridge, Warsaw Dublin. It's really important to connect some cities and some ecosystems, especially now when we cannot travel more. So thank you that you joined us today. My name is Eva Geresh. I represent Venture Cafe Warsaw, and I will invite to the stage Bartek Sierpacki. Bartek represents Enterprise Ireland. And today with Bartek, we will help you to get through the whole agenda and the whole event. So just before we will start, some technical tips. On the right, you can see chat, participants, and Q&A sections. So during our presentations, you can share your comments on chat or ask your questions in the Q&A section. You can also during the networking, you can also change the tables. Probably some of you already saw the virtual tables before we switch this mode, and you will have a chance to talk with different innovators, with different institutions by double click on different table. You will change that. On the left side, you can also change the floors. So if you have any questions, just let us know in a chat, and so we will start from our presentations. You will have a chance to find out more about city ecosystem, business ecosystem, and startup ecosystem in both cities, Dublin and Warsaw. And afterwards, you will have a chance to get to know some companies from both sides, and also participate in the networking to talk with all the participants. And the last thing is a debate about Poland and an innovative ecosystem in Poland and Ireland. So I highly encourage you to stay with us. Bartek, maybe you would like to add something and invite our speaker for the opening.
Hello, good morning, everybody. My name is Bartek Sierpacki. I'm a senior market advisor in the Polish Warsaw office of Enterprise Ireland, Irish government agency that supports Irish companies in global growth and building innovative products and services. And I'm delighted to welcome you to the first, hopefully not the last, Warsaw Dublin Innovation Bridge, and thank you, Eva, for great smooth cooperation with Venture Cafe. It's great to be here, and I hope that it's going to be a great event. I'm pretty sure, I don't hope, I'm pretty sure it will be a great event. And as the first speaker, I have a great pleasure to welcome Her Excellency Ambassador of Ireland to Poland, Ms. Eamer O'Connor.
I'm inviting Eamer to the stage, and just one thing for the viewers that are watching us on the social media channels or Facebook or YouTube. We are highly encourage you to join us here on the platform. You will find the link in the comment, because here is much more interactive. You will have a chance to chat with some participants and to be involved in the event. So let me invite to the stage Her Excellency. Hello.
Good morning. Good morning, Eva. Good morning, Bartosz. Lovely to see you.
Thank you for joining us.
Great. What a pleasure it is to be here today for this Innovation Bridge. I'm really delighted, to see, such champions, including amongst yourselves, of tech ecosystems in both Poland and Ireland here with us today. Really congratulations to you, Eva, and Adventure Cafe, and to Bartosz Szapratsky at Enterprise Ireland for co-collaborating on this event today. From my perspective, I just wanted to really reflect, I suppose, some of the aspects of the Polish-Irish relationship, particularly as it pertains to innovation. I think it goes without saying, that innovation is without doubt the single most important ingredient for success in international markets. And of course, given the unprecedented times that we are living in currently, it is more critical than ever today. Of course, 2020 has thrown a range of challenges in our direction. But I think it is fair to say that with every crisis, there are, of course, also opportunities and learnings. And as has been so keenly demonstrated to us this year, the ability to adapt, to embrace new ways of working, and most importantly, to innovate is key to survival. As we look hopefully, as we approach the end of the year and look hopefully to a brighter new year, innovation, of course, is going to be a cornerstone also of the recovery. But in framing my remarks today, I really, first of all, just want to reflect some thoughts on the nature of today's event. Whilst I know that we continue to miss the in-person interaction, I'm really confident that this is more than compensated for today by this really dynamic platform we now find ourselves in virtually. I have to admit that I, for one, and I know my embassy colleagues, were very much wowed when entering this virtual space earlier today. What we have is a really unique space, a bridge, as we say, to share ideas and lessons in fostering tech ecosystems in both Ireland and Poland. So it really is that space to learn and hear from one another, and to see so many different stakeholders participating throughout the morning really will add to the richness of that discussion. I'm really delighted to see both Polish and Irish officials participating, tech entrepreneurs, and of course business networking groups, namely the Irish-Polish Chamber of Commerce, participating overall today. You really have actually created a virtual tech ecosystem in itself with this event. Just maybe looking a little bit at our own Irish economy. Of course, the Irish economy is very much an export-led economy that's really built on innovation, and our focus is really on cultivating the knowledge economy, providing a sound business-friendly environment, and offering services to markets throughout the world, but most importantly, in conjunction with local partners. In particular, more and more Irish companies are engaging in high-end research and development. And there has been a really particularly unprecedented level of investment by the Irish government in science and technology. And this is really providing a substantial resource for technology solutions, and it's also providing a very effective stream for new technology products from existing companies and indeed from startups. Innovation 2020 is Ireland's strategy for research, development, science and technology, and it sets out the Irish government's vision to become a global innovation leader. And we recognise in particular that research and innovation are increasingly international and based on collaboration. And we're committed, therefore, to partnering with innovative partners right around the world. Of course, I think it goes without say, of course, that the challenges of the pandemic currently, as indeed the broader challenges, in particular of climate change, demonstrate the importance of countries working together to find solutions for global problems. But of course, the key to success in international trade, we know, is that the partnership must work both ways. It has to be a win-win collaboration. So dynamic countries like Poland, with its own focus on technology and innovation, we recognise also need dynamic partners. And so that's why this event in particular is so critical in that context. But maybe looking very specifically at some items on the agenda today, I'm particularly delighted to see the focus on bringing together cities, because I really do think this is a great way to share expertise in terms of how to make our living environments more sustainable, cleaner, and more accessible for all. Dublin and Warsaw, and I have to say, living here in Warsaw, I see that on a daily basis, have really a lot to offer. I'm delighted to see, for example, that Warsaw is testing some Irish smart city solutions that have proved to work very well in my home capital of Dublin. The Irish company SolarTech, whom I know will be presenting later, SolarAdTech, I should say, whom I know will be presenting later today, together with its Polish partner team Tebrand, are delivering innovative solar-powered bus shelters to the Warsaw Roads Authority. And not only do these provide sustainable lighting systems, but actually they also enhance safety for passengers using the network across the city. But also another area where we see significant potential for technology-focused cooperation between Poland and Ireland is in data centres. With over 35 data centres currently operating on the island of Ireland and several more in planning, Ireland has become one of the most important European data centre hubs. Earlier this year, of course, both Microsoft and Google announced that they will build hyperscale data centres in Poland. And I can assure you that Irish companies who have significant expertise in delivering these projects to the largest companies in the world are ready to cooperate with local and international players here in Poland. But let me conclude today by saying that I really know from all of my experiences here in Poland to date that the basis for success in terms of all business is people coming together and working together. There is no doubt that the ties between Poland and Ireland continue to grow. We are, of course, both committed members of the European Union and strongly support, in particular, the EU's single market and EU's digital single market. And this in itself creates a really important bridge for innovators in both our countries to cooperate, learn, and work together. So today's event really does provide another opportunity, another important platform to further develop the ties of friendship, of entrepreneurial spirit, and indeed innovation between us. So let me wish all of you who are participating the very best. And again, let me give my thanks to both Venture Cafe and Enterprise Ireland for bringing you together. So dziękuję bardzo.
Thank you so much for this opening. I hope that you will stay with us for some presentations and you will enjoy that. Thank you so much. Now we can, I would like to invite the first speaker for the presentations, Piotr Paradowski. From City of Warsaw. Piotr will share with you some information about city ecosystem in Warsaw. Hello, Piotr.
Hello.
Stage is yours.
Thank you very much, Eva. Hello, everyone. My name is Piotr Paradowski. I'm representing the City of Warsaw, the Investor Relations Unit. And I will have a short presentation about our offer and about Warsaw, the quality of life here, all the assets that the city may offer to you as companies. I will just try to present. Okay. Could you just confirm that you see what I'm presenting? I think, yeah, I think it's visible. Yeah. Okay, so
yes, we can see that.
Okay, that's great. So let me start. So as you probably know, Warsaw is the capital of Poland and is the biggest city in the. I'll just try to full screen it. We are located in the very center of Europe. We are the city that is almost in equal way to such cities as Oslo, Paris, Berlin, or Vienna. And it's very well connected with all the capitals, not only in Europe but also in Asia or United States of America. But Warsaw, as you probably know, is also in the very center of Poland. So it's the city that you can get in less than 4 hours by car to another city, big city in Poland, and in less than 1 hour by plane. So the connection of Warsaw and other cities in Poland is very, very strong. And it doesn't matter when you want to relocate your company, you'll have an easy access to all the other cities. But I will just start with our biggest assets. So Warsaw is the leader in the CEE. It's not only the biggest city, it's not only the cultural and political capital of Poland, but it's only the perfect hub for your business. And we strongly believe that it offers you not the worst, but even the better qualities than even some of the Western cities. According to such rankings as Financial Times European Cities of the Future, we are #1 in business friendliness. We are also the Polish city of the future, as well as according to Emerging Europe Business Friendly Perception Survey, we are also #1. As we estimate, Warsaw agglomeration is almost 3 million citizens. 72% of them have higher education, and almost half of them speak English. So the quality of the human capital in Warsaw is very strong, and that's why it's the very good place for your business, whether it's a startup or a medium company or even a big corporation. First thing, talent pool. So the total number of students in each academic year in Warsaw, just in Warsaw, is more than 200,000. 1/4 of it enters the labor market every year. And as we estimate, every third foreign student studying in Poland, also chooses Warsaw University, one of the universities in Warsaw, as his primary school. According to our survey done in 2019, 93% of students in Warsaw considered it a good place for a career development. We are pretty proud of that because we see that there is this great flow and a strong connection between academic centers, universities, and the workplaces, companies. So there is this smooth transition between young people coming straight from the school and working in startups or in bigger companies. Our international mindset. So some few words more about it. Currently in Warsaw, we've got over 60 universities. 15 of them are public ones, 49 are private universities. And we are pretty proud of them because there's such universities as Warsaw University of Technology or Warsaw School of Economics are year by year national leaders among specific universities respectively in their categories each year, according to many rankings. Also, 6 out of 10 best non-public universities in Poland are located in Warsaw, and these 6 are not only the business universities, but also we've got one IT school. One of them is more focused on social sciences. So the offer is pretty strong. The chosen fields that may be most interesting for your companies, such as business and administration or ICT technology, ICT. As you may see, in business administration, we've got more than 40,000 students. In ICT, almost 14,000. This knowledge of English I mentioned previously, so among students it grows even more. So currently about more than 90% of students in Warsaw speak English. Warsaw also offers a competitive salaries compared to other cities like London, like Frankfurt, or even like Dublin. When we compare such posts, in HR or finance and accounting or banking, you may see that the average salaries in Warsaw, it's about half of the price of that in London. That's why 80% of foreign investors consider these competences in Poland, especially in their role to the cost, attractive. That's why several foreign companies have chosen Warsaw as its destination for foreign expansion. We host such players as Goldman Sachs, as JP Morgan, Citibank, IBM, or Procter & Gamble and Sanofi from biotech industry. Currently, so business services sector is pretty strong in Warsaw. We are the biggest hub in the whole country and one of the biggest in the whole CE. Currently, we've got almost 250 centers, which all of them in total employ 56,000 employees. What might be more interesting for you, we've got also a very strong startup ecosystem. I know there will be a separate presentation about that, so I will not go into the details, but what we see and what is presented in many analyses, we may choose the three, let's say, fields of specialization for Mazowieckie Voivodeship, which Warsaw is the biggest city in, such as big data, marketing technologies, and fintech. So these are the specializations for our startups, but it does not exclude, let's say, other fields of work, because every third startup in Poland is located in Warsaw, as we estimate. So it's not only all of them are connected with marketing technologies or fintech. There are also biotech companies. There are also companies connected with quality of life. The offer is pretty strong and wide. Also, R&D environment in Warsaw is growing. Currently, it's almost 1,000 entities doing R&D activities, both public and private ones, and the whole sector employs more than 30,000 people in their units. Such places as Center of New Technologies at the University of Warsaw or CESAMAT are one of the most important and one of the most modern scientific units in the whole European region. What's our great asset is an office space, which is the biggest in the whole CEE and bigger than even in Vienna, for instance. So currently, the total office stock in Warsaw is 5.6 million square meters. Further, almost 1 million is under construction. And as you may see, and what may be interesting for you in the terms of expansion to Poland or moving here, is that the offer is pretty wide. We do not have in Warsaw like one business district compared to such cities as, for instance, Brussels or London City. We are trying to develop the city sustainably, so you will be able to find a perfect place for your company downtown, as well as in outer districts like Praga, for instance, which is one of the more historical part of the Warsaw. We see the rapid expansion of co-working spaces in Warsaw. In 2019, it was more than 100,000 square meters. Currently, it's probably 30–40% more. It's growing each month, and we see that it's a very big trend currently. So even if you are a smaller company which is focusing more on just renting desks, you'll be able to find something in the city. And the last thing I would like to underline is the quality of life in Warsaw. We like to say that we are the place, we are the city of happy, shiny, smiley people, because Warsaw is a green city. 40% of it are green areas. We are also the safest city in Poland and one of the safest worldwide. And we are also a smart city, so we are investing a huge amount of money into becoming more and more smart in terms of technologies. That's why we opened 19115 multi-contact channel center, which was based on the New York one, and currently it's even more modern. So it's a so the center of one point contact with the city, which you may call in just any case you want to do together, or any problem you see in the public space. We are the city of huge off-time offer. So we've got more than 100 museums and galleries, cinemas, such places as theaters and operas. And what we see at one of our biggest strengths is the public transport. So we are the city with the second largest percentage of public transport among all European capitals. We've got 2 metro lines, we got 300 bus lines, 25 tram lines. So as we see, there is almost no place in Warsaw which you couldn't get from, like one corner to the other in less than 40 minutes. So our goal is to connect all the dots in such a way that your travel from home to work won't be more than 20 minutes, and the quality of the system is increasing each year. That's why 87% of our population has a good opinion about public transport, and this number is growing in each survey. Also, something we invested huge, and it's also growing, is the Veturizlo Warsaw public bike system. It's open from this until the autumn, from the spring. It's almost 6,000 bikes, which makes it the 5th largest urban bike system in Europe. We're pretty proud of it, and I encourage you to use it as soon as you visit our beautiful city. In the very end, the services which we provide, so it's whole package. Whether you are a big company or small or medium enterprise, and you are just considering Warsaw, or you are already interested but you want to get support in terms of relocation, we are here to help you. We may provide you information about Warsaw and all the other essential data providing industries. We may support you on every stage of investment process. So if you need a liaising with HR companies, with universities, or in other institutions that are within the ecosystem, we are here to help you, as well as for the companies who are already in Warsaw and want to do, for instance, CSR projects in partnership with the city. It's also our job to be here with you and to help you to do to guide you through the whole process. So that's everything from me. If you have any questions, I will be there at the table. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Piotr. That was great. I was born in Radom, but I moved. So I'm a native of Radom, but I moved to Warsaw 20 years ago, and I really enjoy the place every day. Yeah. So thank you for a great presentation of Warsaw.
Thank you very much. It was a pleasure.
And I can also add that some of Irish companies are part of that smart city picture of Warsaw as well. So we have examples of Solar AdTech, which will be kind of presented in more detail later on. But also there's a company called IPL that provides bollards on the streets that are safe and kind of provide certain safety measures for the cyclists, as well as they have this retention sockets for street lighting, for example. So, and they are used in Warsaw. So thank you very much. It's a smart city, definitely. Thank you. And now we will move on to Dublin, and the Dublin's picture will be presented by Joe Giltinan, who's the chairman of the Irish-Polish Chamber of Commerce. So, Joe, over to you.
Thank you, Bartek. Good morning, everybody. And I'd like to thank Eva and everybody in Venture Cafe for inviting me to speak this morning. I'm the chairman of the Irish-Polish Chamber of Commerce, which is based in Warsaw. And we were established in 2005 to promote and assist the development of business relations between Ireland and Poland. Every year we organise a lot of events. We've had an annual food festival, the Flavours of Ireland, for several years now. We run business breakfasts, and we have Irish themed events like Christmas Céilís, and we have summer barbecue as well with the local GA club in Warsaw. So we do our best to try and bring people together, and we've obviously in the last 9 months been doing everything remotely. So we're looking forward to next year to getting back to our usual way, hopefully, of doing things. I'm from Dublin, and I live in Dublin and Warsaw and travel a lot between both cities. So I'm really fond of both cities, and I could probably talk for the rest of the day. So if I go on too long, you might have to cut me off. I think, you know, to talk about the Dublin business ecosystem, you know, it's good to look back into the history a little bit and look at the factors which have made Dublin what it is today. You know, while Warsaw is similar in size, they're both similar sized cities. Warsaw is a hub really for the Central and Eastern European region of 14 countries. I think a lot of global corporations are based in Warsaw for that reason, whereas Dublin is the bridge, I think, between America and Europe. And you know, since the 1950s, we've been working hard, our government has been working hard to move away from reliance on food exports in Ireland, which was historically all that we did in Ireland. And we've been working hard to bring investment into Ireland. And you could say the first investors in Ireland were the Vikings, who founded Dublin 1,000 years ago. But maybe that wasn't so pleasant for the locals. But there are many there are many similarities actually between Warsaw and Dublin. The south side of Warsaw, you know, there's a big business district in the Mokotów area and the Gallery Mokotów shopping centre. Dublin is kind of similar with Sandyford and the Dundrum shopping centre. There are areas of Warsaw that are very similar to Dublin, like Staska Kępa in Warsaw is almost identical to Stony Batter in Dublin. You know, it's the same type of atmosphere. Education has been huge in Ireland as well, and it's been promoted and assisted by the government since 1950s and 60s. And the collaboration between universities and business has really been really a huge target of government over the years. The strategy of the Irish government in attracting foreign investment into Ireland has been really successful, and this is shown by Apple, which came to Ireland first in 1980 and now employ many thousands of people in Ireland. Intel as well came to Ireland 30 years ago. The docklands of Dublin, which became mostly vacant in the 1980s and 90s, were revitalised with the building of the International Financial Services Centre in the early 90s. And during the 2000s and in the last decade, this area has become a technology hub and is now known affectionately as the Silicon Docklands. We've over 1,000 multinational companies in Ireland, and because of the activities of all these companies here, it's created an ecosystem of service providers like lawyers, accountants, financial advisors, real estate people, and it's created a dynamic cluster really in Dublin of people who are willing to work and to assist business, and this has created a really dynamic city. We've all the main global law firms, and these law firms assist entrepreneurs in finding and technology companies in finding finance for their projects. And Brexit has also caused many financial institutions and lawyers to open new offices in Dublin. We also have in our history emigration, a huge amount of emigration, and this has led Ireland to be an outward-looking country and an international country with many Irish diaspora all over the world. And so Irish people are used to working internationally. And in Dublin, we have an amazing museum of emigration. The Epic Museum is in Dublin Docklands. It's well worth a visit. I highly recommend it. At the moment in Dublin, there's a huge amount of office blocks under construction. Now, a lot of these have been pre-let already, and there's still a huge demand really for offices. After the coronavirus, it's envisaged that there will be a lot more space needed for each employee in the office buildings, and companies still want offices to build their teams, to build their company culture, to interact with employees, to drive on projects. And while a lot of people may be working from home and there will be a lot of Zoom work going on, offices still have a strong future in Dublin, and the city centre will still be buzzing after the coronavirus has long passed. Ireland is a very easy place to do business. You can open up a company within a day, and the tax office are easy to communicate with and to get VAT numbers and get all the different tax numbers in place. We have a relaxed business culture, and in Ireland, you'll find that if there's a problem between businesses, most business people like to sort it out over a cup of coffee or a phone call, and the personal relationship is very strong. And we're kind of used to sorting out things like this, whereas looking into the contract and trying to find out what exactly is written in the small print, it's probably the last thing really that we do. So it's a friendly and open place to do business, and it's an easy place to do business. Our business culture is helped a lot by the Irish government and their agencies like Enterprise Ireland, the IDA, Board BIA, and the local government offices also try very hard to assist and to encourage business to grow, to create jobs, and to increase the level of economic activity in Ireland. And our small population of 5 million means that we're very outward looking. We don't have a big home market. So most Irish companies, they firstly, when they grow, they start exporting to the UK, then they start exporting to Europe and America. So our small population makes us outward looking. And we've become very cosmopolitan in the last 20 years. There are people now from all over the world living in Ireland, and this creates a very diverse and multilingual, talented workforce for companies. So in summary, really, I'd just like to conclude that our business ecosystem has been under development for many decades, and our unique location as an English-speaking EU member, Eurozone member, located halfway between America and Europe, has really created a dynamic city, which has a lot of fantastic opportunities for the future. And can I just say on behalf of the Chamber that we love bringing people together, and our aim is to network and create opportunities for business. So we'd really be delighted if we could attract some new members to our Chamber, and we look forward to meeting you and to contact with you. So thank you very much, everybody, and dziękuję bardzo.
Thank you, Joe.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, Joe, for a great insights. Now we will move to the business ecosystem, and I would like to invite to the stage Agnieszka Szweda from Polish Investment and Trade Agency. Agnieszka will share some insights regarding business ecosystem in Warsaw. And Joe, I hope that you will stay with us, and if somebody will have some questions, you will be able to be at the table and to answer them.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Hello.
Hi, Agnieszka.
Hi.
Thank you for joining us. I will invite also Marta Smolarek from Dublin office.
Hello, good morning, everyone. Do you hear me?
Yes?
Okay, great.
Okay, stage is yours.
Thank you, Eva. I will try to share my screen. Do you see my screen? Is it visible now?
Yes, I can see it now.
Okay. So once again, a very good morning to everyone. My name is Agnieszka Szweda. I represent the Polish Investment and Trade Agency, and together with me there is also Marta Smolarek, our manager, our head of the trade office in Dublin. We will show you a few slides about Poland as a whole. I will try to show you why Poland is nowadays a very attractive location for technology and innovative projects. Our agency, a few words about us. Our agency is the main business promotion agency of Poland. It's a government agency, and we provide services for Polish companies as well as for foreign ones. We assist Polish companies in their expansion locally and also globally. But on the other hand, we also help foreign investors enter the Polish market. I represent the Center for Investments of the agency, which assists new investment projects in Poland. And we have a team of 19 people, project managers handling specific projects from different countries from all over the world. I would like to share also some information about what kind of projects we deal with every day and which countries are most active in our portfolio. Recently, we have been very busy with Belarusian investors, maybe to your surprise, because we have a special government program nowadays running for Belarusian companies relocating resources to Poland. The reason is they very unstable political situation. Many companies, they have to find different country for location of the business from Belarus, and Poland is fighting to get the Belarusian investors, especially the IT sector investments. So we have special program. As a result of the program, the Belarus became #1 investor that we deal with currently. We have 32 projects from Belarus. Then the projects that we have in our portfolio in biggest amount come from States, United States, then from Asia, South Korea, Japan, and China. When it comes to sector represented by foreign investors that come to Poland now, the most attractive sector is business services sector, business shared service sector, which include all kind of IT, R&D projects. That's a very interesting new trend that we observe recently. Then the second most popular sector is electromobility. Again, we see the technology focus. We have 190 projects that we run currently. Our agency has a long experience in assisting foreign investments. We have been doing this for more than 25 years already. So we have completed over 900 projects so far. Here I would like to show you the two types of projects that we assist. One type is the manufacturing, the traditional ones, logistics, and it has always been popular for investors. But now the new trend, as I said, is business shared service sector and R&D sector. And this is very interesting because this is the phenomenon only of the last 10 years. Especially last few years were very, very rich in terms of this IT projects and technology projects that we assist. And I think that in future this right-hand map will be, more and more. It will be fuller and fuller, and the left-hand map will be maybe not that full anymore, because we see that absolutely the majority of projects now represent the business shared services. I checked also our portfolio in terms of Irish projects. Not many of them we have, but we don't deal with all projects from a given country, only those investors who directly come to us and ask for assistance. These investors would be accommodated by us and will be included in our database. So in our database since 2004, we have had 11 projects. 10 of them have been closed, finalized, and one of them, medical one, is still undergoing. The total value of investment declared by the Irish investors to us was 51.5 million euro, and the number of jobs they declared amounts to 1,404. Poland. We are now, today we have the bridge between Warsaw and Dublin, but Poland as a whole, as a country, is an excellent bridge between the east of Europe and the west. Because as you see on the map, we are very, very centrally located between those two parts of the region. We are the biggest economy in terms of GDP in Central Eastern Europe. We are second after Ukraine in terms of population in the region. And what is very interesting is that the economy is not only big, but until 2019, the economy has been constantly growing in Poland since the beginning of the transformation, which was early 90s. Which is very unique if you analyze, the situation, the economic situation in Europe in different countries. You will not find similar country like Poland that would enjoy such a steady growth for so many years. Of course, it will change for 2020, but this is the situation that will be actually affected in all countries. So this line goes from early 90s to 2019. Why we are so attractive for business service sector, for IT investments, for technology projects? I think the number one reason why we attract so many foreign projects in those sectors is the talent pool. Talent pool in terms of skills, in terms of programmers, and in terms of languages. And I would like to mention about the programming talent pool in Poland. In Central Eastern Europe, we roughly estimated that there is about 1 million programmers. 400,000 of them are located in Poland. That's why many global corporations, they like to come to Poland to make use of this pool. We are considered third best country in the world in terms of programmers after Russia and China, according to HackerRank. We have the first rank in terms of Java programming in the world. And in many programming languages, we are really at the top. And every year, the pool of programmers increases. This is, I think, one of the major reasons why Poland is such a great country for doing innovative and IT projects. Piotr from City Hall of Warsaw said about Warsaw as attractive educational base, and he was talking about the very good schools, universities in Warsaw. But I would like to also say that this situation is such attractive situation is not only attributed to Warsaw. If you decide to go to other cities, you can have access to other universities, good technical universities as well. Almost every major city has a good educational base for investors. So when they come to us and they consider different places, usually they find some strong partner in terms of educational facility, in terms of cooperation with graduates and access to talents and graduates. R&D is, as I said, belongs to this phenomenon and of new sectors that are so now growing in Poland. Over the last 2 years, not just 2 years, 10 years, we have seen tremendous growth of R&D centers in Poland. Well, if you came to Poland 10 years ago, 2010, you could hardly find R&D centers. Now, you will see on the right-hand map, there are so many of them that it's difficult to put them all. So this trend continues. Every year, there are new R&D centers established by especially global corporations. At this moment, we have more than 40 R&D centers that develop AI, big data, software products in Poland. We have big players like IBM, Nokia, Intel, Motorola, Samsung, they all like to do some innovation R&D works in Poland, and very often these centers, they play important role in the global activities. The same applies for Google. For example, for startups, we have Google campus in Warsaw. Google is very strong in Poland because apart from the campus for startups, they also run regional office and R&D center in Warsaw. But what is interesting about Warsaw and about Poland is that the person who actually manages the Warsaw campus is also managing the global network of Google for Startup campuses. So it also shows how global corporations like to use Poland as a central point for global activities. Another big player, corporation Microsoft, also very heavily represented in Poland. Microsoft last year established Microsoft Technology Center, which facilitates, promotes Polish startups, among others. Polish startups that develop AI are particularly interesting for Microsoft. They do a lot of initiatives for them. They showcase Polish innovative AI startups. So this is a nice thing, new project that was established just last year. And this Microsoft Technology Center is the first such a center in Central Eastern region and 46 in the world established by Microsoft. As the ambassador already mentioned, Google and Microsoft, they declare further investments in innovation and in new projects in Poland, in data center. Google declared last year that we invest $2 billion in cloud. Microsoft $1 billion in a data center. So we have huge new investments planned for the nearest future, and I think it will generate further interest among data center related investors. My last slide concerned incentives that we have for new projects. Our agency promotes heavily these incentives because they are very attractive for new projects and for new investors. They like to enjoy the CIT exemptions that is offered by Polish Special Economic Zone, which is everywhere nowadays in Poland. The less developed region, the higher level of public aid is available for a project. We also offer cash grants for new investments. Cash grants are given by the ministry and are operated by our agency. And there is a lot really of funding for innovative R&D projects offered by various other agencies or National R&D Center or Polish Enterprise Development Agency. So I think everybody, all companies that do some innovation R&D, they can expect to get some support in Poland for their works. We have also R&D dedicated incentives. The most preferences always go to R&D centers. If you have this status, you will enjoy a lot of preferences in applying for various funds. We also offer R&D tax cuts. You can deduct your R&D expenses from your taxable base. And we have a special low tax for 5% for income which is obtained through the sale of IP rights. Now I will hand over to Marta Smolarek. Marta will tell you what she does in Dublin. Dublin is one of our trade office network. We are actually present in different parts of the world and in Dublin as well. So Marta, the floor is yours.
Good morning, everyone. I am very pleased to be here with you today. My name is Marta Smolarek, and I would like to talk to you about the role of the agency's foreign trade office located in Dublin. By the way of reminder, the Polish Investment and Trade Agency is a Polish state organization that supports both foreign direct investments into Poland and the foreign expansion of Polish businesses. To offer direct assistance for business on site, the agency established a system of international support through the network of offices deployed across the world. The services of the office can be broken into 3 pillars: export, investment, and partnership. The export services are the core services of the office, and these include the analysis of Polish companies' export potential on the Irish market, local competition assessment, the company verification in terms of credibility and solvency, moreover, identification of potential business partners for Polish manufacturers and service providers, such as distributors or wholesalers, and arrangement of B2B meetings. And finally, organization of trade events and missions to Ireland. Just at the bottom of the presentation, you can see some pictures of the events that Polish companies have attended in Ireland. In terms of the investment services, the office identified investment opportunities for Polish companies in Ireland and provides a close support on the way forward. As regards the Irish entrepreneurs interested in investing in Poland, the office provides the market information and connects companies with the Warsaw office for further support. Finally, the office partners with a great number of Polish and Irish public and private entities that results in incredible joint products, such as conferences, trade exhibitions, networking events, but also consultancy and training sessions. And now I would like to say a few words to all Polish companies interested in entering the Irish market with their tech products, services, and solutions, to encourage them to put down their roots in Ireland. It is safe to say that Ireland is a country where companies grow, but also inspirations, opportunities, and resilience. Many international tech companies, such as Facebook, Revolut, TikTok, Slack, or Zalando, have found Ireland to be an accelerator to help them scale and grow their businesses. Ireland is home to 9 of the top 10 US technology companies, 5 of the top 10 global security software companies, and 5 of the top 10 global software companies. The main activities undertaken by tech companies in Ireland are software engineering, data analytics, inside sales, customer success, and opening EMEA headquarters. The main factors that affect foreign tech investments in Ireland are economically and politically stable environment, sustainable business location, proven track record, talent pool, EU membership, proven innovation and R&D performance, and finally, ease of doing business. Focusing on the last point, Ireland is ranked among the top countries in the world in which to do business. Ireland's pro-business attitude enables companies to set up swiftly in a connected environment with minimum red tape. Moreover, the Irish tax regime is open, stable, and transparent, and complies fully with the OECD guidelines and EU competition law. And last but not least, Ireland has a corporate rate tax at only 12.5%. Thank you very much for your attention. I hope you enjoyed the presentation. And if you have any questions related to the Foreign Trade Office in Dublin and its operation in Ireland, just please feel free to contact me. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Agnieszka and Marta. We as the President Warsaw office, we have the pleasure of cooperating with you, Marta, on different kind of events, Polish Irish events in Dublin, and with the Polish Embassy in Dublin as well. And so I'm really happy it's continuing in this form as well. And Agnieszka, maybe just one more point to your presentation regarding the global business services sector. So I'm happy to say that some Irish companies are going to customers within kind of BPO and shared service centers here operating on the Polish market. And we recently had case where Irish company called Higher Up Online was participating in City Demo Day, organized by ABSL, and they were kind of pitching a solution related to recruitment and referrals and managing alumni networks in companies. So that's one of the companies that are trying to get into that particular sector that we certainly know is growing and thriving. So we'll be happy to build more of these bridges with your assistance as well.
But was this project assisted by our agency as well?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't.
No.
But that's just to show that there is interest from the Irish side in the Polish global business services sector. So that's for sure. Okay, so thank you very much.
Thank you.
I'll see you at the
Thank
table.
you.
And now I'll give floor to my colleague Peter Lennox from Enterprise Ireland's HQ in Dublin. Hi, Peter. The floor is yours.
Hi, you can hear me?
Yeah.
Perfect. Dzień dobry. Good morning, everyone. It's Peter Lennox from Enterprise Ireland. We're scaled globally. One of the best things the Irish do is we're really good at networking and building relationships, as you've all found. And through that, we have about 32 offices globally with some fantastic teammates that I rely on quite a lot. So we as an agency, we try and help companies to scale and get better at what they're doing so they can break into other markets. And we use our 32 global offices to help them do that. And to help these small companies to get better and stronger with the use of everyone else, accelerators and incubators to try and build those companies and make them better. And in 2019, we invested in 127 small companies in Ireland, and we invested 24 million in those companies. And every year we try to do around the same type of investment in that level of company. There was 91 of those were what we call, and these are the type of companies that have the ability to create 10 jobs and €1 million worth of revenue within 3 years. And that's what fits Ireland. And at least 2 C-level staff based in Ireland, so CO, CEO. And we have a lot of companies over the past years. We've had international companies, startup companies, entrepreneurs move to Ireland and set up here, and we've also invested in those companies. Within those 91 companies that we've invested in last year in 2019, 38 of the number of women who have started business or been part of the entrepreneurial experience. And we found that there was less than 7% of women-led entrepreneurs prepared to look for advice or assistance. And with Enterprise Ireland's focused effort on this, it's now gone up to obviously 38 women and about 25% of our investment portfolio. We also have a pre-seed fund called a competitive start fund to have a product or have some sort of traction in the market, to try and give them that energy to get them to a better scale so that we can give further and larger monies into those companies. We connect them with the overseas offices such as Bartek, and they also get someone like myself, who's the development advisor, who is the person who will mentor them, help them, advise them, and connect them where's required, as our networks, and being able to network with other companies and countries. Also, I'd like to say the ambassador Eamer mentioned about innovation and research, and this is something that we focus on quite highly as well. Innovation companies or spin-outs from universities, and every year we've been investing in at least they add that innovation and creativity into the economy, and also in for our companies to expand into different markets. So it's been fantastic, and some of those have had collaboration with Europe and other universities outside of Ireland. So it's been a fantastic bridge, as we say. So had a number of exits. Artemat company was bought out last year. We've also had Decawave, which was bought by Orvo for about 400 million, and Touch Tech, which had been bought by Stripe, as you see there at the top of the page. There's been some very companies from Enterprise Ireland companies by bigger multinationals. We've been so good at not just promoting companies, but also putting the substance in those companies and capabilities that they can actually be bought out or seen as a good prospect for companies to buy out and work with. And Stripe has got a really good base here in Ireland. All the major multinationals now are working really closely and have put teams together to work with Enterprise Ireland and our startup companies. So Soft and also AWS have all put programs together to work closely with our companies, and this has been fantastic for us. It's made our job an awful lot easier, but also it makes really strong companies. So it's the whole ecosystem that works really well together. So I've kind of said my piece really quickly. It's probably thrown Bartek off. And Bartek is one of our fantastic members in our Warsaw office, and he's going to fill you in exactly what Warsaw do. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Peter. That was great, and I think it demonstrated what's very well what we did kind of in a unique way, in the sense that not many export agencies are investors themselves and have the capability to invest and guide these companies through different stages of growth and support them internationally. And for those who are interested how this model works, we'll be happy to share more information about that. And all our investments are then sort of, if there's an exit, the money comes back to the budget. And what is also interesting is that we have a number of serial entrepreneurs. So Alan Coleman, who was the founder of Brightville and made a successful exit from his company was acquired by Amdocs, is now working on another venture called Sweeper, which is in the area of kind of IoT and managing support and services for white goods and products in households. And he's now running another company. He's building it, and again we are working with him to build it and scale it further. So thank you very much, Peter. I'll now take over, and we'll talk about more about the sort of Irish Polish business ecosystem. And as the ambassador kind of mentioned, there are around 130,000 Polish people living and working in Ireland, and obviously they're very much valued employees and entrepreneurs. And I had the pleasure of doing a tour a couple of years ago across Ireland, visiting Dublin, but also Killarney, Cork, and Limerick and Galway. And I've met with 15 companies operating in different sectors. And out of these 15 companies, 13 had Polish employees in accounting, marketing, kind of production line. So it was great to see these companies, and some of them were actually motivated by having Polish colleagues to consider Poland as an export market, because these Polish colleagues, they provided the language capability and some knowledge of the market. And we do have many cases like that, where an Irish company with a Polish employee decides to establish presence in Poland because one of their employees wants to move back to Poland. That's what's happened many times, and we are delighted to support these companies on the Polish market. Obviously, there are also established large Irish companies like the cement producer CRH or PN Group, who started on the Polish market over 20 years ago and have done a spectacular job in the area of managing large FDIs in aviation, food, and a couple of other industries, managing really 120 or 200 or 300 million euro projects, delivering on time and according to initial specification. And what's great about PN Group is that they are now sharing this knowledge with Polish cities and Polish regions and their investment departments to educate them what's important to foreign investors. And I'd like to mention a couple of cases of Polish entrepreneurs who received Enterprise Ireland's funding. So EviView is one of them. So Karol Dąbrowski, he's on the agenda, and we'll talk about his experience later at the fireside chat session. But there are a couple of others like Hagety, led by Michał Sikorski. So they are marketing technology provider, and they've done some excellent projects during the biggest sporting events in the world. For example, the opening match of the World Cup in Russia was one of them. They also provided their solutions to the sponsors of the Rugby World Cup in the UK, as well as for the Formula One races. Another one is Gaelic Escargot, founded by Eva Miłka, who are the first company in Ireland to develop a farm with edible snails. So what is interesting is that they've been so successful that they are now exporting snails from Ireland to France, which is unusual direction when it comes to snail trade. And one more Polish-led company that's doing really a great job in terms of innovation is Wolpi, led by Magdalena Rzepkowska. So they designed a wasteless urinal that can be used at construction sites, keeping them environmentally clean and safe. And Wolpi is one of the examples that received Enterprise Ireland's funding within our competitive startup fund program that was mentioned by Peter earlier. So these are some Polish-Irish entrepreneurial examples from Ireland. And to finish off, a few things about the IoT and smart city sector, because we have representatives from Warsaw and Polish Development Fund and Polish Agency of Trade and Investment, and there are a couple of active projects between Ireland and Poland that I'd like to mention. And then this particular sector in Ireland has kind of all the right elements. So there are several world-renowned R&D institutions like Tyndall Institute that specializes in wireless technologies, and Connect Research Center for Future Networks based in Dublin, and they do a lot of work around fiber optic communications. But also, obviously, the multinationals like Intel, who are the biggest US investors in Ireland. and obviously more than 100 kind of homegrown companies who develop hardware and software and complete solutions for IoT and smart city. And from some of them, like Smart Solar AdTech, Sonitus Systems, and Push to Talk, you will hear later from. And the Irish cities themselves are very active in deploying technology to the benefit of local businesses and citizens. And we, as Enterprise Ireland, are one of the stakeholders in these projects within very successful small business innovation research platform. Basically, it's a well thought out blueprint for designing innovation, managing proof of concepts, and then funding and implementing smart city solutions. And we have some great case studies in this area to share. So if you're interested to have a chat with us, we'll be delighted to share our expertise in this area. And earlier in the year, we've organized 2 webinars presenting Irish smart city solutions to Polish smart city community, and we are in ongoing contact with some of the smart city project managers. And next week we'll also be present at the Smart City Expo, talking about Irish experience in that area. So that's it for me. I could talk for hours about Irish companies. The first draft of this presentation kind of lasted 19 minutes. And you can meet me later on at the Enterprise Ireland info table. And I'm always happy to connect on LinkedIn or whatever and talk about kind of Irish, Polish business links. So thank you very much. And I'll leave you with a short video that shows that Ireland, our companies, and Enterprise Ireland itself are ready for the new world. And hopefully it will work.
So this is it. The new normal. The world is a different place right now. We're living through strange times, where things are changing faster than we can fathom, and things we took for granted are anything but certain. We all have to adapt. Our mindset, our means, our imagination. And Irish companies are leading the way, innovating, exploring, responding, turning adversity into opportunity. Sure, our circumstances have changed, but some things remain constant. Ireland has always lived out here on the edge, so it's in our nature to push boundaries. We've learned to be nimble, to be agile, always reliable, always resilient, always ready. Enterprise Ireland continues to invest in the very best of Irish innovation. And our network of advisors are busy connecting global business leaders with dynamic Irish partners, so that together we can make this new normal a better one. We are ready for a new world.
So thank you very much. That's it from myself and Peter. And if you'd like to learn more about Irish innovation ecosystem, please do visit irishadvantage.com. I'll hand over to Eva.
Thanks a lot, Bartek and Peter. Now we can move on, maybe stay in Dublin and move on to Dublin startup ecosystem. So let's invite to the stage John. John, if you switch on your mic and camera, you will appear here on the stage. Let's try one more time. Yeah, I would like to also mention that we created LinkedIn group, Warsaw Dublin. I shared the link in the chat, so if you would like to stay in touch, it's a great way to connect there. Okay, John, can you join us?
Maybe I can start John's presentation because I have it on email.
I apologize that my...
Okay, it works. Hello.
Yes, hi Eva. Apologies.
Things are changing.
Share screen, do I...
The things we took for granted, or anything uncertain. We all have to adapt. Our mindset, our means.
Does that work?
Yeah, it works. Perfect. So, stage is yours.
Okay, thank you. See you later.
Okay, so thank you, Venture Cafe, for the opportunity to speak. My name is John O'Dea, and I manage a company called Tech Ireland. Tech Ireland is a not-for-profit organisation. It actually started with an observation by Google when they came to Ireland first. There is a lot of activity, a lot of startups, a lot of innovation, but the community wasn't particularly well connected. So Tech Ireland started as a database of the tech community in Dublin, and it has grown to represent the tech community across the island of Ireland. So it's a company that tracks, promotes, and connects the Irish startup and innovation community here. We track 2,500 tech startups and scale-ups, and you can see the breakdown here in the table. Nearly 500 in enterprise software, which is the largest sector, health tech, fintech, entertainment, e-commerce, and what have you. And there are over 100 serial startup entrepreneurs on the database. 160 IoT companies, 130 artificial intelligence companies, 50 plus blockchain companies, and so on and so forth. So it is quite a diverse and interesting community. And we have a database, so if you go on to Tech Ireland, you can essentially find all the companies on the database. If you're looking for, I don't know what, insurance tech business that has raised more than 10 million, or a fintech business with a female founder, or what have you, you can find them all sort of on the Tech Ireland database, and it's free to access. You can see it there, www.techireland.org. And we, as well as tracking the companies, we also track the funding going into the startup community in Ireland. Just to give you a feel for the scale of the investment, these were I know it's a lot of numbers on the table here, but if you can see, it's the last 3 years. So the total funding going in, 620 million, 2018, 950 million, 2019, 707 million. So, and so far this year, there's about, I think, 645 million. So it's the scale of the funding going into the tech ecosystem here is about $750 million every year, into on average about 250 companies, and most of the investment goes into the Dublin region. 2/3 of it goes into the Dublin region. This just gives you a feel for the types of businesses that are supported. For the first half of this year, the big areas were COVID-19 solutions, SaaS platforms, artificial intelligence, Internet of Things, and what have you. The smallest section there is blockchain, but it gives you a feel for the type of money and the scale of money that goes into the tech community here. We also track other aspects of the startup community. For instance, we track female-founded businesses. 60 million in the first half of this year went into startups with female founders, which is only 10% of the total, but it still is a fairly significant number, and it is growing, and it has grown fairly significantly over the last few years. And we map the startup community in the different towns and different regions. The map on the left there, I think, is the startup tech companies within half a kilometre of Trinity College in Dublin. And I think there are about 85 companies. So it gives you a feel for the density of the startup community in any given area. As well as the companies, of course, we also sort of have data on innovation hubs, co-working spaces, enterprise spaces, enterprise centres, that sort of thing. So as I say, there are nearly 280 different innovation hubs, and you can find all the information about them. You know, the size, the scale, the rates, what facilities they have, and what have you on the Tech Ireland database. And as well as that, there are a good number of startup accelerators, pre-accelerators in the Dublin region. So there's lots of, I suppose, vibrant activity with the startup tech community. As Bartek was saying, Dublin has attracted a huge number of international tech businesses. It's the European headquarters for Facebook, Airbnb, Twitter, HubSpot, Google, Tenable, Slack. So it's got, I should know the number, but I think there are about 300 tech multinational businesses with bases in Dublin. And there is actually a huge Polish community in Ireland as well. I think there are well over 100,000 Polish people living and working in Ireland. And actually, I think the Polish people constitute about nearly 4% of the Irish labour force, actually. So it's about 1 in 25 workers is a Polish person. So everyone in Ireland who's working in tech knows lots of Polish people here. And as you'd imagine, with the vibrant tech community, you have lots of conferences, meetups, hackathons, and what have you. So I guess it's probably a bit like Warsaw. It's a vibrant tech community, and we don't have the number of universities that you have in Warsaw. But there are 4 large universities, technical universities in Dublin, in the Dublin region, and they all have innovation space, innovation campuses, startup programs, startup hubs, and what have you. And we also track the investors into the Irish tech ecosystem. As Peter Lennox mentioned, Enterprise Ireland is one of the larger investors. They are a state agency, as Peter mentioned, and they invest at all stages, particularly at the early stage. So for the first €50,000, the first €25,000, the first €100,000, they're the hardest amounts of funding to raise for a company. Once you get to the stage where you can attract a VC, life becomes not easier, but it certainly is. There are more options. So we track the investors into the Irish ecosystem, Enterprise Ireland. There's also a business angel network that is quite active, and they invest at an early stage. But there are investors, Irish investors, and then once companies get to the stage of raising 5 to 10 million, it's probably part of the international investor pool. There are over 100 investors on the Tech Ireland database. So that's Tech Ireland. I hope I've given you a feel for what we do and the Irish tech ecosystem. If you're looking to identify tech companies or technologies in Ireland or potential Irish partners, investor, contact Tech Ireland. And as I say, we are a not-for-profit organisation. We're always keen to help the tech community in Ireland. And as you can see, we are supported by the companies sort of on the sheet here. These are the companies that fund Tech Ireland. So that's my presentation. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot, John, for sharing this insightful knowledge. Now we will move to the tables, and we can start networking. Just to remind you, every table has a name. So if you would like to talk with particular people, particular speakers or participants, you can find the table. On the left, you will see the floors, so you can change the floors and also change the tables by double click on them. On the bottom, you will find the chat. Once you click on it, you will see the list participants, so you can message some people personally, or you can also use general chat. And in another room, we will have the presentations of some companies. They will introduce themselves within 3 minutes, just to let you know which topic you can cover on the tables. So right now I'm sharing the link on the chat, so you can join this room for those presentations. If you would like to stay here and enjoy networking, stay here. Afterwards, all of us will join. And also, I would like to remind you that we have the debate about Polish and Irish innovation ecosystem. So enjoy networking.
Thank you, John. That was great.
Thank you.
See you around.
Thank you. Just please let us know in the chat if you found the link. Just, I would like to make sure that
On my side, so should be fine.
everyone knows what to do. Just please wait in the second. No, Dermont, it's not networking mode yet. I just would like to make sure that everyone know where to go. So just give me 5 seconds. Please use this link from the chat, and now I'm switching to networking mode.
Jesteśmy w osi innowacji i to słowo innowacja jak dla mnie jest takim idealnym połączeniem zarówno festiwalu Sektor 3.0, jak i waszego kampusu. W jaki sposób innowacja wykorzystywana jest w tej przestrzeni?
Tak, wprowadzając może do samej koncepcji kampusu innowacji, my zaczerpnęliśmy trochę tą nazwę kategorii z kampusów akademickich. Chodzi o to, żeby ludzi, którzy chcą się uczyć innowacji i tych, którzy chcą dzielić się wiedzą, jak robić te innowacje, połączyć razem wokół pewnego miejsca. Natomiast my o innowacjach mówimy bardzo szeroko. To nie są tylko innowacje technologiczne. Tak naprawdę to, czym zajmuje się nasza fundacja Venture Cafe Warsaw, są głównie innowacje społeczne, czyli jak zamienić te wynalazki na coś użytecznego dla społeczeństwa.
To jest bardzo ważne też tak naprawdę właśnie w działaniach sektora, który
Hello. So thank you for joining the company's presentations. Every company will have 3 minutes to present themselves, and then we will move to the tables to enjoy networking. So I would like to invite to the stage Andrzej Ludko for logistics. Andrzej, can you join me? Okay, great.
Yes, we are here.
Okay, we are here. Hello. Stage is yours.
Okay, just a second. So just let us know that you can see our presentation. It would be great feedback. I will just share the screen. Okay.
Not yet.
Yes, I'm starting. Okay.
Okay, I can see.
You can see that, yes, okay.
So hi, we are For Logistic, and I am Albert. I'm co-founder of For Logistic, where we create a platform, a marketplace, which is dedicated to warehouse sector. And I will tell you a little bit about our solution. So we connect owners of the warehouses and entrepreneurs who are working with any type of goods, who would like to find a particular space, a warehouse space, for short period of time. The easiest way to introduce our idea is to compare our solution to Booking.com or Airbnb, but for logistics sector. A little bit about problems which owners struggle with. They are struggle with untenanted free spaces, warehouse spaces, which creates taxes, costs, and no incomes. Our solution is a platform which connects both sides of agreement in an automated way with agreement and operator transaction. And I will tell you about a little bit about Polish market. So in Poland, it's already built over 20 million of square meters of warehouses. And according to JLL and Savills report, we have 7% of vacancies, which means 1.5 million square meters to arrange. Moreover, we can see that about 10% are potential subtenancies.
Okay, what's important more about our solution it's that we are first to change old-fashioned markets. So we are changing the old model where everyone are used to rent the space for 3 or 5 years. It's about that we are very concentrated on a short period of time. What's important in this strategy is that we are solution new to share economy sector. It's called cover housing. It's about that we are working on one of important points about SDGs. It's decreasing the carbon footprint. Yes. Okay, about our solution, we are just starting by the end of the year our platform. In next quarter of upcoming year, we are starting on the European Union market, and later by the end of the year, we are planning to go globally. Okay, that's just a short view of our team. All of us we're working in market of warehouses before, and what's more, it's that we are right now working on that to have a much more bigger team. We are recruiting people, and yes, it's about that we are mostly starting in the next year. About our successes, I will just shortly say that we are one of the solutions that is made by Venture Cafe, because we met here, we started to work on the solution on the hackathon idahack.org. Okay, and to shortly finish, we want to invite you to our table. So have a connect, we'll tell you more. Thank you. And that's all.
Thanks a lot, Andrzej and Albert. Now I would like to invite to the stage Jan Żalski. Jan, please join me here.
Can you hear me?
Great. Stage is yours.
Okay, thank you very much. So are you able to switch on the movie, the link I sent to you? Oh, okay, great. So just in the back, you will see, let's say, virtual tour in our office. So we would like to take you to a short walk. This is our office in Wrocław and in Poznań and in Warsaw. My name is Jan Żalski. I'm an international director at Hycron. I've been at Hycron for over 4 years, and I'm responsible for the international growth. Just let me. Oh, it's disappeared. Okay, I thought I'm able to do anything with it, but yeah, I would like to introduce To you, Hykron. We are a
Lubię ludzi, z którymi
technology
pracuję.
company
Tutaj są super.
from
Niesamowite
Poland. We are based in
osobowości,
Wrocław.
uśmiechnięci.
This is our
Każdy
headquarters, but
wspiera
we also have
każdego.
office in
Wszyscy
Poznań
nadajemy
and
na tych
Warsaw.
samych falach.
We are working internationally for over 15 years now, especially in the Western Europe, but also on 4 continents altogether, including United States and Australia. But our focus is Western Europe, including United Kingdom, Benelux, Ireland. It's our, let's say, new goal. I went to Dublin exactly 1 year ago and had fantastic chats and meetings also with John Odia, with my thanks to Marta Smolarek. Yeah, Marta, greetings again. Marta is our, let's say, angel and helped many companies to also grow in Ireland. And what we do, we support especially IT and startups companies in growth. I mean, we build so-called IT bridges or technology partnerships, and we are helping you to deliver your features and your products faster. I mean, time to market and that what is related with growing. So our goal is to take over from you that what is not so crucial, and
Mamy ciasto.
we are
Ciasto przynosimy na
focusing
każdą
on allowing
okazję.
you to focus on your clients, on really earning money. And with our help, we are able to do magic with your front end, back end, all business requirements, because we not only speak Python, Java, .NET, Cloud, Web, and so on, but especially we speak about business requirements, especially about your needs and business goals you would like to achieve, and whether it's proof of concept or minimum valuable product or some prototype, we are more than happy to deliver that for you in a very agile and also cost-effective way. I mean, we are talking about nearshoring and especially now about remote delivery.
Wszyscy mają do siebie wzajemny szacunek,
One remark,
powoduje, że
it's really
atmosfera
important
pracy
to
jest
find a
świetna.
partner who has the know-how and
Wiem, że to dziwnie brzmi w
experience
dzisiejszych
working
czasach.
with international clients different size, because we work with startups, but we also work with large enterprises. One uniqueness which maybe makes us a bit unique from many software houses from the Central Eastern Europe, we combine the world of web, of cloud, and of SAP under one roof. I mean, we have different parts of the companies. I guess the majority of you doesn't have anything to do with SAP, but when it comes to middle-sized or large companies, we know how to build SAP products, SAP technology as well. As you can see in the background, our guys are really enjoying their work, and we would be more than happy to start conversation with you, to have a chat, to start building another bridges between Poland and Ireland. I would be more than happy to meet at the second floor. As far as I remember, there is a table with Hykron below, and together with my colleague Zuza, we are for you, and we would be more than happy to get to know each other and exchange some thoughts and experiences. Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of the event.
Thank you so much, Jan. As you mentioned, we can talk with every company at the demo tables. I shared the link to the networking in a chat. Now I would like to invite to the stage Adrian. Please join me on the stage.
Hello.
Great.
I cannot hear you, Ava.
Yeah, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? I can hear you.
Can you hear me? Just nod if you can hear me. Yeah. Okay, I'll share my screen.
Okay. Can you see?
Trying to share, everybody.
Screen
Here
option?
we go.
Next to the microphone.
Okay. Can you see that?
Yeah, I can see your screen. So now you can
Can people
just
see
move
that screen, please?
You can move to your presentation. Or we can do it for you. Just
Can you see my screen?
yes, I can see your screen, but you can now just open presentation and we will see that. You can open presentation on your computer.
Okay. You can see my screen now, yeah? It's just that I can't hear any sound. Okay, so good morning, everybody. And thank you for giving me this opportunity to speak to you today. My name is Aidan Hoey, and I'm the Commercial Director of Push to Talk Ireland. We're working with Enterprise Ireland in developing Push to Talk mission critical communications. Mission critical communications is the convergence of licenses, two-way radio, and mobile phone technology. We have an office in Warsaw, and my colleague Mariusz Kaczynski joins us on the call. So what is Push to Talk? Push to Talk is essentially the DNA of two-way radio coupled with the business smarts of a mobile phone. It works over mobile networks, so therefore it has a global reach. It is mainly pitched at the operations staff. In most businesses, only around 20 to 30% of employees have a business mobile phone. That means that 70% are unconnected workers. So how will Push to Talk help the unconnected blue-collar worker? It helps to drive increases in productivity and efficiency, digitizes the workforce and gets a greater engagement and helps to reduce accidents. The main features are instant all-informed, group and one-to-one communications across the globe. It is fully secure and can be used on a variety of devices, mainly ruggedized because of the environment. Very user-friendly. Your average 3-year-old can use it. And you can group people in teams so everyone gets the same message instantly. It has a management dispatcher, which can go on a laptop and gives supervisory control. It has safety features such as lone worker, man down, and GPS tracking. It has the ability to record and transmit video images. It has a very positive insurance implications because of the audit trail. And of course, because it's converged, you can have all the other applications that you would have on your standard mobile phone. Here's a view of our dispatcher, which can track and register communications and alerts from users. So questions for business users are, does your business have a mobile workforce? Do they interact with the general public? Do they work in fluid, robust operations environments? Do they work to tight deadlines? Are there risks of personal injury, either to staff or the general public? Are you finding frustrations with your current communication systems? And are you looking to implement certain health and safety and legal processes? Would you like to mitigate accidents and claims? If so, we're interested in talking to potential customers and partners in Poland. Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, Aidan. If somebody will have more questions, probably we'll reach you at the tables. So now I would like to.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. I would like to invite Jarek, who will present company Tender Hat. They couldn't join because of some reasons, but they've sent us all the materials. Jarek, please join us.
Hi, everyone. Great to meet you here. So Tender Hat is a group of innovative technology companies who follow the latest technologies to design and build software solutions, including bespoke IT development, prop tech, lab tech, and health tech. Their founder and CEO, Robert, has a very personal message for Irish businesses and organizations that he would like to share with you over a virtual pint of Guinness in this short film.
The first days of Tender Hat was in April 2015 when we started the company with my friend Waldemar Bill. Right now we have 7 offices in Poland and we have 2 development offices in Denmark and China in Guangzhou. And also we have 9 international sales offices in Europe, US, Asia. We have a lot of experienced people. We have 40 conference keynote speakers in the company from different parts, from the user experience through the project management or agile technologies to development and testing. We are a gold partner of Microsoft with different areas from the mixed reality through transactional systems to AI, machine learning, and anything else. And the Hat is right now like holding group. So we have 3 different lines of the business. The first is the outsourcing, where we have the 4 companies which can bring your idea as a mock-ups. Then we can develop the application. Then we can check the cybersecurity or create the maintenance procedures. The quality should start from the beginning. So when we planning the project, we have to think about quality of the architecture. And the second part of the quality is also cybersecurity and security of the code of the product. We are not thinking only on technological part of the product. We always trying to be involved in the product. We trying to put our passion to really change the world. Cheers.
So thank you very much for your attention. If you have some questions to this company, you can send me a message here in the chat or in the private message, and I will give the first person to contact from this company. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jarek. Now I would like to invite to the stage Paul McDonald and Berkeley.
Can you hear me okay?
Great.
You can hear me, can you?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I'm going to share screen. If hopefully you can see that. Okay. Can you confirm if you can see that, please?
It works.
Okay, thank you. Sound levels affect people's health and quality of life, and that has been proven. And hence, there's law and legislation at a European level and often at local levels as well, relating to sound levels. So we make sound level monitors. We also do smart city tools that help present other information to city authorities and also to companies, showing things like air quality, vibration, as well as our core business of sound levels. Just a little bit of background about the company. and then I will hand over to my colleague who's based in Poland, Thomas Stawiński, if you're able to invite him to present as well. So we started before 2007. It was research in Trinity College Dublin that was funded by Enterprise Ireland. In 2007, a company was spun out to focusing on city authorities and working with Dublin City Council initially, and then other councils. 2013, it became the founders, or some of the founders, became full-time, and it became a full-time commercial entity focusing on manufacturing the monitors and selling to national and commercial in international government contracts. By 2019, we had established a good distribution network in the UK and Ireland, as well as in Sweden, and we have a customer base in construction and smart cities. We also moved premises because we were growing and had more staff, and we were growing our manufacturing facilities. 2020, we've been focusing on expanding our distribution network. We've new distribution agreements in the United States, in Canada, in Spain, and we're looking in other countries, including in Poland. That's something we would like to talk to anybody who's interested about. We've also been working with Thomas Stawiński in Poland to help with that. We're investing heavily in new research and development facilities on related products to noise monitoring, and also on the noise monitoring itself, again, assisted by our friends in Enterprise Ireland. If possible, I would like to hand over to Thomas. I'm still sharing my screen to go through the next slides, if that's possible. Have we got Thomas? Okay, I will carry on. The product itself is simple and reliable. That's what we do. It's automatic measurement. It automatically checks that companies are compliant with whatever standards that they have been set for them, or that they want to meet. It will send alerts if there's an issue that they're going over certain limits. Readings are available online via a pass-protected web portal. It's rugged, weatherproof, and it's been put out in a variety of conditions and a variety of locations. So on the right is a deployment in Australia, which is actually co-located with some air quality, but it can also be attached to street lampposts, and the other one second from the right is based in Ireland, where it's less bright, so hence quite a large solar panel to power it. Just moving on, I talked about distribution partnerships. We now have distribution all around the world, but we are looking to expand that, and that's something we are continuing to focus on. We've over 2,000 projects, and we have over 2,000 active sites with nearly 5,000 active users, not including the public who would also log into the city smart city portals. An example of a smart city portal is Dublin City Air and Noise, where we present air quality information live and real time, showing sound levels, but it's presented in a way with a green, yellow, amber to red, showing whether there are issues at certain sites, and it's focused on air quality as well as sound levels. You can focus in on an individual site and get detailed readings if you want to, and that could be where you live or near where you live, and it can actually just show. This one's focusing on sound. It's showing what noise levels are like today, whether that could be coming from traffic or other sources, which could be that construction. Readings are then analyzed, and it can be analyzed showing a time of day when you have a particular issue, and that we'll be able to highlight that when you think.
Yes, in the meantime, I joined the presentation.
All right. Hi, Thomas. Sorry. I apologize we didn't get the handover properly done to you.
Yeah.
So I've gone through the slides given in our 3-minute slot, but just to introduce Thomas, who is working with us in Poland, to try to introduce the Sonatus product and services in Poland. Thomas, if you want to say a couple of words.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, so as you saw, the product is ready. The product is an IoT smart city solution. It is well already known in Ireland and UK and a couple of other countries. And as the legal environment in Poland is quite similar to this in Ireland and the UK, we are introducing this solution to Poland in order to help the municipalities, but also companies like production plants and other sites that generates noise, to monitor the noise that they are generating, because the noise is considered as a pollution, like the air pollution, etc. So that's why we have a simple solution to monitor this level of noise, and right now we are in research of partners and campaigning this new product for the Polish market. Thank you.
Thank you, Eva.
Thanks a lot. I hope that we'll have a chance to discuss with you at the tables. I just would like to make some announcement. We will start the debate just right after all presentations, so it will be in a few minutes. And now I would like to invite Olga Kuta to the stage.
Hello, good morning.
Great, Olga, stage is yours.
Yeah, thank you. Just trying to see how I just can share only the presentation, not all the screen, but let's try to do the best. Do you see presentation? Hey. You can see presentation, no? Hello, do you hear me?
Yes, we can see the screen, but just please open your presentation on your screen.
It's open. Do you see my presentation right now?
Not now. Okay, we will do it for you.
Yeah.
No problem.
Okay, had to say why it's not working truthfully.
You can start.
Okay, so thank you very much to everybody, to Enterprise Island, and actually for the Venture Cafe for inviting me and to speak into all the people and for the opportunity to present my company, Dink. My name is Olga, and I am a business development executive for the East Europe and yeah, for this region, and managing as well Polish market. So Dink is an Irish company. Would like, you can move to the next slide, Eva, if you want, please. Yeah. Eva? Yeah, great. Thank you very much. Yeah, I will try to have it here. Okay, so Dink is an Irish company. I would like to say startup company, but it's no more startup company. It's one of the biggest international top-up company, and it's a company for those people who are in emerging markets right now. Many of us right now probably have people who are living abroad and working abroad. And if they are using, for example, money remittance services, so at the same time, we are also making available for those people to send small mini credit with through the mobile to make those people recharge phone number of their relatives and family back home. So if you can move also, for example, to another one slide, I think it will be great as well. Hard truthfully, yeah. So probably like 9 of every 10 mobiles are prepaid numbers currently in the world, and you know, it's many times we are staying without any balance. So currently we are connected to 500 mobile operators across the world. And we have staff globally in United States, Latin America, Dubai, Europe, South Africa. I will say we are covering globally all the markets. Also top-ups, if you are trying to send from one country to another one country, is delivered in 3 seconds, and it's really very quick, secure, and safe service. We have presence in around 140 countries, okay, and around 600,000 point of sales around the globe. So this is a little bit more about the reach of Dink globally. Yes, if you can move to another one slide. To the next one, go to the slide number 4. Eva? Okay, yeah. So how we enable people to send top-ups. Mainly you can do it straightforward through our website dink.com, and actually through the application. We have really very easy going here, like easy to use application, and the top-up, it goes directly to the customer. On the other side, we can do it through our Dink Online partners. So it can be mobile operators itself, like Vodafone, Digicel, but it also can be like OTT platforms that are growing currently in the market so much. In our case, for example, there is in Middle East, one of the biggest ride-hailing company for the taxi drivers is Karim. And as I already mentioned, it can be like distributors, retailers, anywhere around the world. Yeah. Like probably we are working right now with Key in Russia, PayPoint in UK, PayShop in Spain. So all the transactions are going straightforward through our API, and you have our partners having access to 500 mobile operators in one integration. And at the same integration, we are also offering other services, our new products, such kind like gift vouchers, bill payments, new products that we are working on to add to our platform recently. The good thing is that due to this huge reach of to 500 mobile operators that we have currently, we also have reached to 4 billion customers, mobile phone, let's say, to around the world. Okay. And yeah, if we can move to next slide. Yeah, probably. Yeah, so there is actually you can see a short view of all the partners we are working with. Those can be like money remittance companies, all the type of tobacco shops, and such kind of companies. And the last one slide, yeah, please, Yaroslav. Thank you very much. Really very innovative opportunity for mobile recharge is actually, for example, especially for the telcos, mobile operators, directly, is to enable customers who have some kind of balance on of prepaid balance on their phone to pass the part of this balance to another phone in any other country across the globe. This is work with USSD code, and the transaction is delivered within 3 seconds, let's say. So it's very handy, very easy, and very customer friendly. This is actually what we are doing right now, and the main activity of the company, like international top-up. I think it's probably we can go to the next one slide, but it will be probably the last one. Yeah, Yaroslav, please, if you can move it on, move more. The next one, yeah, this is fine. Next one, Yaroslav. Okay, I think this is fine. So this is some information about showing about a little bit more our executive team. Our director, chief executive director is Mark Rodden, who actually took the idea from when he was on his holidays in Dubai, and actually have found a person from Bangladesh trying to send some a top-up phone number of his wife's in Bangladesh with really card with a lot of pins and so on. And we decided to make it quickly and very friendly for our customer. There is actually everything for about Dink and our service. Thank you very much for everybody.
Thanks a lot, Olga. You will have a chance to talk with some participants on the tables, and now I would like to invite Daniel to make the presentation.
Thank you.
Hello, Eva. Hello, everyone.
Hi, Daniel.
Good to see you. Hi, Olga. Good to see you, Eva. Thank you for this opportunity to be able to present Strive. I'm Daniel. Do you hear me? Okay. Do you hear me? Everything is all right?
Yes.
Okay, good. So I'm Daniel. I'm the managing partner of the new office in Warsaw, in charge of the Central European market. Strive is the leading Irish company, cloud security company, created 15 years ago by Gunter Bayer and Anijan Dubi. During the last 15 years, so they've been empowering the digital transformation of small and medium companies in Ireland, offering private cloud and cloud services. So now we are going through a next stage of the transformation, as we know that the future is in general that big data is the future. Big data is the new oil, and who has the data has the power in general. So now to manage this kind of data, we need computing solutions, we need analytical solutions and security solutions, because we have to protect this data and we have to secure them. However, in general, these kind of solutions, so they're expensive, and small and medium companies, so they have some troubles to be able to afford themselves this kind of solutions. So that's why here Strive, with the product named vCloud, is trying to change the world, offering a simple solution, affordable solution, all in one, protecting the data, computing the data, and storing data in general. So check this out. I'm going to show you shortly the video, as we have short time, and I think this video would reflect the best of the best strengths related to this product. Let's go on.
Business has changed a lot over the years, from the typewriter to the desktop, letters to email, and finally
Thank you, Daniel. I would like to invite Eamon. Can you join me in the stage?
Can you hear me okay?
Great.
Yes, good morning. Very nice to see you again, and thank you for the opportunity.
Great. The stage is yours. I just will remind you that if you would like to come back to the networking, I will share the link in the chat. If you want to stay for the debate about Polish and Irish ecosystem, just stay here, and right after the presentation, we are starting. Stage is yours.
Sure, no problem. Thank you very much. So I'll just try and share my presentation. All right, share the screen. There we go. Share. So I'm thinking people can see that okay. I hope you all can, and good morning or good afternoon to everybody. I'm not sharing that, I think. Yeah, there we go. Thank you very much. I'm delighted to be here this morning to introduce my company and myself. My name is Eamon McKay. I am the sales director with Solar AdTech. We're a company based in Dublin, and we create and design and produce lighting solutions for use in outdoor advertising. And we would supply the likes of shelter manufacturers. We speak with cities and also media owners throughout Europe, indeed, and indeed in Poland. We've had some success, which I'll touch on very shortly in this very quick presentation. So the ethos that's behind us and our thinking is we are experts in solar and LED lighting solutions. Our goal is to provide bright, vibrant illuminations, but also reducing carbon emissions and exposing our clients, I suppose is the best way to put it, to the energy savings, the subsequent energy savings. We offer bespoke and autonomous solutions, but we work in a collaborative way, and we operate in a consultative way with regard to the way that we approach our business and we liaise with our clients. One of the big things that's in the world at the moment is green energy savings, and this is where we come to the fore. And in this grid here, I won't go through it because I won't have time, but this would illustrate to a potential client or somebody who is interested the savings, both from a carbon emissions point of view and from the actual financial savings that can be made through the utilization of our lighting systems. Our green and smart lighting operates very well in the green environment, but in smart cities and IO2 platforms also. And I'll be able to illustrate that to you very, very shortly. So we got a very nice mention from Bartek and Enterprise Ireland, and indeed from the ambassador earlier on. We have some live solar shelters in Warsaw, and they were tested this time last year and have gone into full operation. And it's a very important part of our business, the solar bus shelters. They're green, they're autonomous, and there is a lot of requirement from cities to have a green policy in place and implement that, and we can work hand in hand with them. These next couple of slides will just show you to the drill down that we do to find out what will and what won't work, and that's where we are experts. That we know before the shelter goes into position the possible PV or solar generation that can be achieved and how much energy can be generated, and we will advise people accordingly, and we will come up with a bespoke solution for them. We have very clever software, and we call it solar profiling, that we can identify the location, run the profile, and we can give expert feedback to the clients as to one, is it viable for solar? If it is, what the perception would be based on the profile that we run, as to how much energy can be generated, and therefore for advertisers, if they want to light their light boxes, for safety in cities, it's most important, passenger safety, so courtesy lights, etc. So we can tell them exactly how much power will be available, and from that they can make an educated decision going forward as to what exactly they want to do. I am conscious of the time. This is the last slide that I have just on the PV possibilities. This here will show you what Google will tell you from the information that you get, what is achievable vis-a-vis generation. But when we go in and run our solar profiling, this will tell us more accurately, taking into account shading, trees, buildings, etc., what can be achieved. And we share this with our client. Again, it's consultative. We handhold throughout the process and get our clients where they need to be. So just in summary, what is Solar Ad Tech? We are the experts in solar and LED lighting solutions. Our solutions sit very well within green smart cities, IoT platforms and environments. Our goal is to reduce CO2 emissions, save energy, and ultimately save our client money. So there's just a very short video there. I hope you can see this. This is an actual solar bus shelter in operation in Dublin, Ireland. We would like to see many, many more of them in operation in Warsaw and throughout Poland. Thank you very much for your time.
Thanks a lot, Eamon. Now it's the last presentation. I would like to invite Mary to the stage from SimPorter. And after that, we will have the debate here and networking in the other room. Mary, stage is yours.
Hi, thank you. Okay, now I'm turning my presentation. Okay, so hi everyone. I'm really grateful to be here and to have such an opportunity to present our company. My name is Mary and I'm a part of the founding team at SimPorter. So SimPorter is an AI-driven software that predicts consumer demand for new product launches. So we help companies both identify what new product features they should create and forecast the first year of an upcoming product's launch sales. So today, we successfully help a variety of Fortune 500 brands like Tommy Hilfiger, Calvin Klein, and Church & Dwight. As you understand, the #1 issue for new products is that they miss the target. And as a result, 94% of new product launches fail within 2 years, and it costs billions for huge brands. So we decided to solve that. We use our AI to identify signals from noise, because 99% data out there doesn't truly tell what a consumer wants to buy. But by cross-analyzing the data sets, we find that the signals are truly predictive. There are 2 companies that we solve with our software, and the first one is about validation. So when you either before or during the concept stage, we apply our big data sources and AI models to validate those products and measure them into human-readable metrics like the uniqueness or demand of the concept. The second major use case is about forecasting. So this is really common when a brand like Danone plans to launch a new product and they need to know how it's going to perform. So in our software, a user can just open up the Add New Launch page, select all the attributes that are inside the launch, including both sensory attributes like smell, taste, as well as tangible attributes like ingredients and materials. Then with the click of a button, they can see their pre-launch forecast for the first 52 weeks on the market, and also compare those to the existing SKUs. So our software's accuracy has been significant for our clients and measured among 10 different Fortune 500 brands. Companies have increased their revenue by an average of 22% for new product launches. So that's my quick presentation. I hope you enjoyed it. And we're expanding our markets and hope to collaborate with the different companies and Irish companies. So thank you guys. Enjoy the meeting.
Mary, for this last great presentation. Now we are going to start the debate about Polish and Irish ecosystem. I have with me on the stage Diana. Diana will be the moderator of today's debate. Hello, Diana.
Hi, Eva. Can you hear me all right? And can you see me?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Now it's right. Great.
Awesome.
So I just will invite onto the stage your amazing speakers. And for all of you who would like to join the networking, you can see the link in the chat. For all of you who would like to stay and listen to the debate, stay here. And also for our viewers from social media, join us here. Here is much more interactive. You will find linked in the comment. Let me invite to the stage Dermot. And Carol. Hello.
Hello.
Hi. Okay, stage is yours.
Hi guys.
Perfect. Hi guys. Nice to see you and nice to meet you. Oh, okay. Eva just disappeared. Carol, you were on my left corner and then you disappear on the right. It's like, oh, what happened? We had a small hiccup with the technical platform, but we're all here. It's really cool, actually. Have you used this before? Have you used Venture Capital platform?
That's my first time, to be honest, with this platform.
What about you, Dermot?
Yeah, I've been on it a few times. It works well.
Yeah, no, it's really nice. I really like the concept of like having different floors and different tables, exchanging views, which this is what we're about to do today as well. We haven't really had the chance much to connect before, so this is going to be an interesting chat for all three of us. Maybe we can just do a round of introductions for everyone that just joined us, so then they know what you guys are doing. Maybe Dermot, we can start with you.
So I'm Dermot. I've been in Poland for almost 9 years now. I would be considered to be a serial entrepreneur. I've set up and scaled up a number of companies over the last 20 years, built companies to 1,400 people, done a few successful exits, and I now have a product which we're about to launch onto the market. And whenever I've been over here, I've been involved in the startup community, mentoring for like the MIT, setting up events, bringing over the like TechCrunch over to Poland, and doing some events in collaboration with Electromobility.
Okay, fantastic. We definitely should have a chat about events later. Carol, what about you?
Hello everyone, I'm Carol, I'm CEO of EviView, one of the founders of the business as well. I probably doesn't have as much experience with setting up the business as Dermot, to be honest. That's my first one. Though it's successful, the main product that kind of we provided to the market is our SaaS tool that delivers unmet need in terms of electronic shift handover and performance management for pharmaceutical and chemical manufacturers. I suppose kind of business is around 4 years old at this stage, and we operate in Poland, Switzerland, Austria, States, Canada, and a few other countries.
Awesome. And where are you guys joining us today? So, Dermot, you say you've been in Poland for 9 years. Whereabout are you now?
I'm in Wrocław.
Oh, right, lovely. I love that city, by the way. I was there just a couple of months back.
Perfect city for the business, yeah.
Yeah, it's lovely, really beautiful. What about you, Carol?
I'm joining from Ireland, from Cork.
Oh, right, this is really interesting, actually. I mean, Dermot, you're from Dublin, right?
I'm actually from Ireland, but I'm Irish, yeah. So
okay,
we
swapped. So, you literally swapped for the day, yeah. Fantastic. Well, I'm originally, actually, I'm normally based in London. I'm sitting right now in Bucharest. This is where I'm originally from. And I travel quite a lot to Warsaw and Wrocław these days. And I would love to, maybe we can exchange some contacts afterwards and keep in touch. But the point of the conversation, really, I think with the innovation bridge between Dublin and Warsaw, what I thought we can do for the remaining 25 minutes or so is to have a short comparison between these two cities from a startup ecosystem or talent hub, if you want, point of view. And I know, Dermot, you're running a if I can call it an outsourcing recruitment company for developers, right? So for IT, maybe we can start with you. And I was thinking, if you would wear your Dublin hat for now, if you're looking at Dublin as a startup ecosystem, what sort of practices would you say would be good to highlight, or maybe Warsaw or Poland, but Warsaw more could learn from? Maybe I'm referring, like here we can talk about maybe taxation or government incentives, investor incentives.
So taking a step back, there's I think two big different things. So you have the cultural, and then you have the ecosystem and the structural. So if you look at it from a structural point of view, I think the big difference is the Polish authorities treat you as a criminal ready to be caught in terms of taxation and legislation. The Irish philosophy is much more of how do we help you, how do we make this easier for you. So if you take the difference in approach, for example, if you look at the institutions in terms of grant and support, in Ireland you're going to get a contact person, and that contact person is going to help educate you and go, look guys, where are you at? Where are the gaps in what you need to do to be successful? And let's look at grants or mentors or support we can offer to bridge those gaps to move you along. That would be the approach within Ireland first. Yeah. Second of all, then, if you take it on a cultural point of view, I suppose that the main advantage that Ireland has is that it is commercially very strong. So you have that, and it's not as hierarchical, as in it is quite easy to access decision makers. So startups, scale-ups, win or lose by commercial access. If you can get in front of the person who makes a decision, and if you can say, what would it take in order to replace what you're currently doing? What does success look like for you? What is the simplest thing that we can actually build to validate this idea, that if we manage to achieve it, we would be able to roll it out? So I think that those are the big differences between, say, Dublin and here. Here, my take would be the strength is definitely the technical depth in terms of development. But it is of most advantage if you're building something that has a very defined specification, where you're basically saying build that to scale. Because there aren't many developers here who have actually worked with startups where you're rapidly creating prototypes and proof of concept and doing iterations and effectively creating disposable code in order to see how customers actually work with it. So good innovation is things that get used. And good innovation, you don't know how people will use it, and you have to be flexible. So you're not trying to build something that can scale to massive users initially. You need to create stuff that you can prototype, throw away, constantly be testing and evolving to see what the hot buttons are. And at that point, start to backfill and create that strength. So technical depth for creating scaled things, fantastic. There are not so many developers here that have worked within that, what I would call a proper startup environment. So Carol has swapped houses and is over there, so he can give you his view and see if it aligns or not.
I was just about to ask because I think so. You touched actually on a couple of points, but three that at least got stuck in my mind is about what makes Dublin so attractive is actually the systematic view of helping entrepreneurs there, from grants, government support, access to decision makers. I think everyone knows it's been also recently on the news, making the other neighbors a bit jealous about your very low corporation tax, which obviously is very attractive for a lot of companies. And I was curious to get your view as well, Carol, because you are, interesting enough, actually sitting in Cork. So what made you actually go there, or what attracts you to Ireland?
Thank you. So I suppose I certainly agree with the first part, what Dermot said, that the tax, the way and the approach of the revenue, which is I suppose the tax office and taxman, is completely different in here. I didn't have much interaction with in fact tax office except my own earnings initially kind of in Poland. Though kind of I graduated out there, and part of my second master was actually finance and banking, and I learned about this whole structure. And my perception is similar. But it's due kind of to, I suppose, many mistakes Poland made kind of back to the days by treating the employees and treating them by kind of looking at them at the guys that try to hide something, rather support them. And if there is actually some problem, to treat them better. And kind of, I suppose I just know it from the stories and from my other CEO colleagues working in Poland that that's their main problem, which hopefully will fix at some point. In terms of here in Ireland, because that's where I know more, in fact, it's easier. It's easier to get to speak with the tax. It's easier to go over certain hiccups that you might see in the business, especially at the initial stage. Kind of, it's easier as well to speak with the people that can make decision quicker on your behalf, rather kind of drown in kind of number of different forms that you need to fill out, and that's certainly a big help. Kind of, I suppose, kind of at the point where I'm at the moment, we've got our own CFO who looks after that's all on our behalf. So I get the final documents that to review and stamp, in effect, which is handy. But kind of initially, when I was going through it, I thought it's just so quick, and kind of really like the amount of paperwork that you need to do over here. It's, in my opinion, is way kind of tighter and neater comparing to Poland. In terms of, I suppose, the skill set that we utilize in, we don't have any employees yet in Poland. We've got one business over here in Ireland, another kind of business set in India, and then kind of we've got clients all over the world. So kind of we manage that matter kind of differently, because our clients are corporates. So kind of we're selling business to business in effect. And this is another thing that I find quite handy working in Ireland. So I suppose kind of the bigger markets for us are the States and Canada. And kind of the minute kind of you come from Ireland, is just, there's this unique, I suppose, friendship between Ireland and the States, and it's just easier to kind of to come as a paddy and kind of work from this angle. So whenever kind of I'm traveling to States with my Irish colleagues, kind of we talk about the leprechauns and all the stuff that they love it, and kind of it's just easier because this unique relation is in there already. And as every US fella says that I have a granny, grandfather, etc., that was in Irish, etc., and kind of the same in Poland, in Polish, because obviously we've got big diaspora over there. But in terms of generally kind of doing the business from here, I find it quite handy.
Yeah, I think it's that degree of openness to countries, obviously outside of Europe. So, because Poland, I think, is quite geographically well positioned in terms of Europe, right? It's quite central. There's obviously ties with Germany and then most of the Western countries, and equally with what countries you have in the East. But the degree of openness to US and Canada obviously is quite unique. I was smiling when you talked about drowning in paperwork, and I guess there's a word for it, and it's probably that's being bureaucratic. I was also setting up a company in Romania recently, and I've been going through the same hell probably. But that's also actually a good point that was stressed out in a recent report, I think, by McKinsey. Eastern countries or Central Eastern European countries, actually, there's a lot of improvement to be done in terms of being digital. And when I say digital, small things like making processes and operations more efficient, from e-signatures, but obviously that requires a lot of support and infrastructure, which brings me to a second point about actually, well, I talk about Warsaw because this is an innovation brief between Warsaw and Dublin, but looking at also the country level, Warsaw has gained a lot of reputation recently from investors, also from startups across Europe, especially from Eastern Europe going to Warsaw. What do you guys think were the main factors that have been positioned Warsaw as an innovation hub? Maybe Demo or Carol. Yeah.
Sorry, I want to start because first of all, I'm from Gdańsk. All right.
All
so
right.
I'm not big supporter of the Warsaw. I'm just joking, of course.
Well, Poland. Let's talk about Poland in this case then.
Yeah, like because I suppose kind of I know more about the north environment and then how I suppose Gdańsk kind of grow as a IT hub. unfortunately, I don't know much about Warsaw, even though kind of I travel over there because we've got some ongoing conversation with some businesses down there. But I suppose I feel much stronger to kind of talking about Gdańsk, which is, I suppose, yet another IT center. And kind of one, I suppose I didn't like in between when you travel to Gdańsk, there are two parts, which is called Wrześć and Oliwa. All right, I know kind of only probably Polish people would know. It's different parts of the city. And kind of I used to travel only to one, but between both of them there's a huge IT hub been built. All right, so there's a number of skyscraper that's been built, and there's purely kind of for kind of growing IT. And I remember kind of 2 years back when I actually traveled over, because I had to go to yet another city and driving through this district. Kind of I was extremely surprised how it was well built. So kind of I invested a bit of time actually to kind of set some meetings and kind of just understanding it, because we had a bit of plan to move part of our operation as well and expand actually to this particular region. And I was actually very surprised with what I've seen and the companies I've met. So, and kind of the skill set that I've seen as well beyond them in terms of the innovation, etc. So that's literally what I'd like to just say. If in terms of Warsaw, I don't know much, but Gdańsk really surprised me. And I suppose kind of I read a few other articles before kind of, I suppose, unfortunately COVID came, etc., which kind of really cut our plans. I read a lot of good reports about, I suppose, how the IT, etc., grows across Gdańsk and Warsaw. In fact,
I think it's. I'm not exactly sure who I'm quoting right now, but I know there was a statement that Central Eastern Europe kind of greatest asset is its talent. And Dermot, you mentioned earlier on the call that probably one thing that it's quite obvious in Poland, or let's say more Central Eastern European countries, is that technical depth you mentioned. Why do you think there is? Why, for example, I mean, first of all, do you think actually that the technical talent we have in Warsaw, is it somehow superior compared to other Western cities? And why do you think that is?
Okay, so taking a step back, and I'll answer this in two parts, because I think it's easier to access the technical depth.
Mm-hmm.
So I see an awful lot, like you talked about innovation and how innovative Warsaw and all that is. I don't see that.
Okay.
As somebody who works within the startup ecosystem, I see a lot of EU funding is going in to try and seed startups and scale-ups. In general, I see a lot of it going into activity, which is not going to lead to outcome. And what I mean by that is that you have a lot of things that could be very good technical in terms of a technical leap, and I see great strength in that, but I see very poor commercialization associated with that. So I see people involved in those projects that have no commercial reach, and I see projects that are being built where I'm able to, with one phone call, say within medtech, find out, is this something that's already been looked at? What stage of the major players are with that? I can find out that something else has already been developed. It is already in beta test in one of the massive medical companies. And there is a Polish startup who's trying to do something with very limited funding, 3 years behind. Yeah. So I think that's a massive issue. So I'm very concerned for Poland from that point of view. I don't think that the strategy is right. I don't think that they've looked and said, what do you need to do to make success? That's one thing. In terms of I have the good technical depth, aspects to that. First of all, historically, Poland has been very good for STEM at university level. So you have a lot of engineers, you have a lot of mathematicians, you have a lot of people within the sciences. And that applied thinking was fantastic. Where you are now is that there are a lot of people working within IT, but most of the people working in IT here are on outsourcing roles. So they are not being stretched technically. So if you're sitting in Cork or in Dublin, and with all due respect, with your brand equity, and if you're going to go and look for somebody and you're trying to compete against Google or Facebook or Stripe, it's very difficult from a financial point of view, from a reputational point of view. If you're coming over and trying to recruit those same people here, they aren't probably working at the cutting edge of those projects, even though they may be working for the same companies. So the guys that are smart and want the technical challenge, they're easier to move. And I think that's one of the advantages.
Yeah, I think it's the only thing I just want to mention and highlight is because it's the same problem, unfortunately, among mostly Central Eastern European countries, is that how do you take an idea to market? That commercialization or go-to-market strategy is something that we are lacking still. So that's one of the points that you highlighted as well, Dermot. And I think there's another point which it's quite different also from maybe not, I don't know the statistic for Dublin, I know for London, but a lot of the startups here actually don't get funded. Early stage startups, funding for early stage startups is not so accessible. It's a very, very in small degree. We're talking about probably 0.2% of the startups in Central Eastern Europe actually get VC funding. So I think there's also needs to be a degree of, I don't know if teaching is the right word, but maybe supporting investors or aspiring investors to know how to invest in startups or potentially to how to approach investment in early stage startups. I don't know if you guys feel the same.
So if I may on that, I think that if you compare Ireland and you've had guys from Enterprise Ireland and different organizations speaking, the key advantage that they have is that you go to one organization and these are people who are saying, look, we will help create a roadmap. We'll assess where you are now. We'll tell you the things you need to do to get to the next level of funding and access, and we will help fund that. Yeah. So what they're doing is they're systematically de-risking and they're giving you a roadmap. Over here, I would have access to directors of PFR. I would know a lot of the VCs. But even with that access, trying to know what grants are available, who the people are you should be talking to, what that roadmap should be, it's a nightmare. Yeah. So for me personally, even though I have a company that I'm scaling up and that we have had in beta, it has been 50 times easier for me to raise private money from a few phone calls to guys back in Ireland than it is to engage with any of the people here. Yeah. That's with somebody with 20 years of track record. That's with somebody that has guys who are the top of the game on a European and international level within that market. So how difficult it must be for people here, I don't know. The flip side of that is I see lots of very abstract research and development projects that have no chance of success commercially. From a technical point of view, fantastic, really, really good. And I see them get funded. And I don't understand why do that if you're not going to have a program that will help take them through and commercialize. And the only way that you do that is by buying that access. So the best model that I have ever seen in terms of a company looking to move forward is the Dubai model. So if anybody's been to the United Arab Emirates and you go to the Burj Khalifa, you will go in and you will literally see, here are all the people involved in that project, and you will see, here's the local guy, and here's the very best worldwide from, it might be English or Irish or German or Japanese, and the two of them. So they brought in the talent, they brought in the local people to shadow them, to suck out that knowledge and that access to those connections. And that, from a cost and an outcome base, is probably the best way of doing it. And I think that approach needs to be replicated within the startup market. You need to be able to get people who can shortcut. You need to be able to get that quick validation from people that are not going through the formal channels and going, look, does this problem exist? If so, how much pain is associated with it? What is the pay? What would it take to replace? That is not something you can be taught. That is about access and connections and warm introductions.
Yeah, I think it's there's also this is just my bias view, right? So it's obviously highly subjective, but European funds have been great at kind of fueling the growth in the region. But I think there's a lot of people, and maybe including myself, I'm a bit skeptical when to actually judge even the feasibility of a startup, or even if you call it a region, if you want, overall, just funded through EU funds. You know, there has to be some private equity there. There has to be some other investors that have invested and have some skin in the game to to kind of show that there is more potential, if that makes sense. And that actually causes a lot of problems there, probably in terms of how you deploy the funds, because at the end of the day, it's about meeting some numbers and KPIs, which unfortunately sometimes doesn't make sense. Carol, do you want to add anything to that? And then I'm afraid it's been lovely chatting with you, but I think we have to run and wrap up in about 3 minutes.
Yeah, I probably kind of I don't know much about how the business angel VCs are working in Poland. I'm not sure kind of is it comes, let's say that they're very conservative, making their own decisions, but then kind of don't call yourself VC because your work is to be VC means you take the risk, but ultimately maybe kind of the ideas are not suitable for them either as well. So that could be yet another reason, hard to say for me. I kind of like the one good advice that I always share with colleagues that maybe are slightly kind of at an earlier stage than I am, and probably more even Dermot, is that kind of it's when you kind of start setting up the business, just sometimes be quite generous. Find the people that can help you to grow the business and get them. Share your like obviously kind of if you are the guy having the concept, you're 100%. But after 5 years, I'd like to have 10% of the 100 million, then 100% of 1 million value company. So kind of getting the right people early stage, possibly to your business. If you've got that network, it's great, and just share some of your shares. Get them. Make them attract them to your business. Find maybe a good CFO, give him 3%, and kind of that he will have a bit of, or she will have a bit of interest in your business, help you out to shape your finance correctly, help you out to shape your price and benchmarking on the market. Get a good maybe if you know someone that has a bit of kind of pocket, or has at least the black book that can use to kind of get the people with money, get that person for 5-6% of your business as a kind of pre-founder investor, so that person can draw the money in maybe if needed, or can find the other people with money. And I suppose that's how kind of when we're looking at the business, that's how we were planning it. Get someone from the industry. So let's say if I'm an AI expert and I just see that my tool could be quite handy around kind of funding the bottlenecks on the production lines. I'm not a production guy. Find someone from the industry. If you target, let's say, automotive, get someone that was working in automotive, become your partner with the business. And I think that these are the one things that I generally kind of like to see. And I don't know how it works, but I generally think it's one of the best learnings that I took is just to find the right people and get them engaged with yourself. And that's how you build your network, because people sell to people at the end, and that's it.
I love it. I'm just going to go ahead, Dermot.
No, I would agree with that. It's about always getting the right people. It's about buying. So effectively, you're buying access. You're getting in the people who can do quick validation, who have the credibility within the marketplace, who can do the introductions, who can get you those early customers. That's critical. You should not have a founding team that is either all technical or all commercial. You need both. Commercial is more valuable to you. If you have the commerce right, and if you have the access right, and if you can get those deal done, even with crap technical product, you will be able to fund to build out a good technical product. Yeah. If on the other hand, you have a fantastic technical product, no access, you're dead in the water.
I think probably the perfect matchmaking would be any Polish-based startups to look for commercialization, or people can help commercializing in Dublin, and then any people in Dublin to look for any technical expertise in Poland. That would be probably maybe one way to bridge the gap. I just want to leave it here, guys, because I really like that practical advice that you, Carol, you mentioned, and Dermot, you added to that point as well. It's been lovely chatting with you. I really wish we had more time. I see Eva already dropped the link in the chat for anyone that wants to join the networking. And yeah, I hope to see you maybe in Wrocław next time, Dermot. And Carol, if you, for sure. I haven't been to Gdansk first yet, but it might be a first next year. Thank you so much for joining.
Sure.
Thank you.
Okay, pleased to have you guys.
Likewise.
Bye bye.
See you. Bye bye.
Hey, thanks a lot for your participation. Thank you, Diana. Thank you, Dermot. Thank you, Carol. Now on the other room, we still have networking, so I will share the link in the chat. You can join there. You can visit some info tables, demo tables. So thank you for listening all of the presentation. We are invite you to join the networking, and see you in 1 month at another innovation bridge. It will be with US, so we will keep you updated. And now enjoy the networking. You can find the link in the chat. Thanks a lot.